Good after morning. It's not the morning, it's the after morning. You know what it is? You know what it is. You've been here before. If you haven't, hey, welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Plus. My name is Graham Day, and I am all alone again I'm not all alone. I'm not all alone, because today we have the return of the Sith. No, not the Sith. Not the Sith. That's the... Yeah, no, yeah, do you know, it's fine. It's Bibby! I'll read Bib! Oh, I've got all discussing. See, this is how Valve dates Steam set. No, get out of here. Get out of here. Welcome back, babe. He's quiet. That's because he's muted.
Oh,
Great.
okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I knew that was going to happen as well. I tested it pre-stream because it happened with Bacon Chin the other day, but it's okay. We fixed it. Thank you very much for the shout-outs. Thank you very much. Does it feel good to be back, babe?
It does. It's a change of scenery, shall we say, in my room as well. So something that I was meant to do just before the Christmas break, but something else decided to come along and get in the way of me changing my room around. But yeah, it's I've got a lot more room in my room now. For those of you that may be new around here, I'm in the box room of my house. So my desk used to be facing this wall here, which obviously you can't see now. You may be a bit more familiar with the Resident Evil posters that you can see behind me, but that used to be what I used to face. So when I used to roll back on my chair, I had about this much room to be able to roll back.
Just a thud.
But now,
hey!
I can go all the way back if I wanted to. Fucking 2 green screens if I needed to. But yeah, I've just got a lot more room to be able to do stuff. It's
all right, baby 2 screens. God, I mean, baby 2 Lambo's gone. Baby 2 screens is back. Let's go.
And now I've got 3 different camera angles as well. So obviously this is the one that I'm probably going to use for the majority of things. So you can see the familiar shelf behind me. And my new Batman stuff that my mum bought me for Christmas. And then a picture. I don't think you can see because Graham might be in the way of it, but we've got a beautiful overview of Skyrim on a big picture frame here as well, just to familiarize ourselves, just in case you forget what it looks like.
That picture is class, to be fair. I've just hidden my face. So anyone watching the video stuff, how good is that? How good is that? Nick Neal says the hat is lit. Nice. Speaking of which, we had our flat peaks delivered last night. We have all of the hats now. So the only things we are waiting on are, well, 2 things actually. We need the box delivery, but that's just like buying flat pack cardboard boxes from Amazon. And then the stickers, which I think are coming in the next week or so. So once we've got the holographic stickers and the boxes and stuff, it'll be a case of, okay, you can buy the ICU hat. So for those that don't know what it is, let's jump into the split screen. I am wearing the ICU curved peak hat. Bibby is wearing the ICU blackout flat peak hat. And we will be able to sell these now. So people have been asking for these for about 2 years. We didn't intend to get merch to sell. We just got them because we wanted our cool on-brand hats. And everyone else wants them. But they are here now. You can just about see the packs there. There is 5 packs of hats. They are here. So once the stickers and stuff are here, then we can sell them. I think we're about 90% certain, unless when we get them the postage costs for the boxes put up, I'm pretty sure they will be £17. So that's what we aimed for from the beginning. We don't want to rip people off with the, it's 30 quid for a hat, mate. Yeah, it's 17 quid for a fully custom. Like, I can show you on the blue. The blue is easier to see. ICU logo, Twitch glitch logo, internal printing, buckle fastener or snapback if you've got the flat peak, obviously. Yeah. So if you are interested in the hats, we will be sorting that out within the next week or so. Just waiting on the stickers now. I suppose we could sort it sooner, but then you don't get a holographic sticker. So if you want the holographic ICU sticker, I mean, you can stick it on your flat peak and think you're a new era bad boy. Let's go, baby!
Yeah, that would be quality. That I think I might do that with mine.
Those Lambos.
What are we going to do with the blue ones then?
There's only, I think, 2 left, something like that. So those ones are full-on collector's editions. These.
Yeah.
I'll put my blue one on just while we're talking about it. So yeah, the blue ones at the moment are full-on collector's editions because we only had 5 of these made up. There were only 5 blue ICU hats. Obviously, we only made them for ourselves, for our own print purposes, reasons. So yeah, we'll I don't know. We'll sort that out. Maybe we'll do like a a super rare giveaway-ish kind of thing, or something. We'll see.
We'll rig it so that Nietzsche can win it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all we need, Nietzsche, is 300 gifted subs this time. That's it. That's all it is. Don't do that, by the way. Just checking. Just leave. Okay, leave it alone. Step away. Do you know what? I'm actually going to mention it now. Seeing as we're all here and Bibby is back. I wasn't planning to mention it now, but one thing that me and Bib have been speaking about for the last 2 or 3 months is moderator rewards and privileges, and like, obviously people that mod streams are good people. They go out of their way to help other people watch and enjoy a stream. And we've had some really good mods on this channel. And we decided, okay, we kind of want to give back, like almost like a Player of the Year sort of prize, but for a mod of the year. There we go. So we were talking about that for December last year, and we're thinking about what can we do? Do we just do a game to give away? And we decided, you know, actually we do the games and stuff all the time, so let's leave that. So we sat on it waiting for the merch. Anyway, here we are now. We've got the merch and stuff back, which actually ties in quite nicely, because Tito asked yesterday, how can we pay for it? I said, probably PayPal. Tito said, I don't have PayPal. And I was thinking, well, that's okay, because we've already decided that you're getting your hat for free, Tito. So there you go. We don't want the chicken dinner.
Yes, get in.
So there you go, Tito. We are sending you a hat for free for modding the streams. Also, shout out to Magic Man, not Magic, two different Madges, for being a mod on the channel for a good chunk of for the year. But obviously, when the world went back to normal in lockdown, after lockdown, Madge hasn't been around, so that's the only thing that pips it. The fact that Tito doesn't work, he says he does, but he doesn't really. So the fact that he's here working, I appreciate it. So there you go. Thank you very much, Tito. I appreciate you. Nice.
You just have to pay for postage, which is going to be £17.
Yes, exactly.
So. Sorry, mate.
So there you go. Anyway, before we do anything else, before we go any further, we'll give you the introduction. And I can do it properly this time as well. Do you know what? I can get the nameplates back. The nameplates currently are missing because we had Mr. Bacon Chin in on the stream for the very first time the other day. So let me put the there we go. Nameplates back on. Baby's home, Graham's home. Nice. Mr. I Lotus UK.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much for 6 whole months. That's half a year, Lotus. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. But yeah, let me give you a roundup of who the show is before we go any further. Do you know what, Lotus? It's half a year. It's all right. Do you know whatever? I expect another. I'm not joking. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyone else? If you wanna throw any subs, bits, hosts, whatever, you can do it now. Bibby takes it all. I mean, his new gaff, his new camera view. He's got 17 cameras in that room. They all need camera.
This did not pay for itself. I'll have you know.
No, you guys paid for it. So did Nietzsche when we fixed him. I'm joking. So yes, we are Ice Cream Uploads. If you don't know, my name is Graham. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true ice cream fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We go live on Twitch at the moment 3 days a week, but from next week 5 days a week at 10 a.m. ish.
Ooh.
It's 12:30. It's been worse. We go live at 10 a.m. ish. Anyway, it's important that if you are with us live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads that you do get involved in the chat over there. What? Okay, I'll stop talking. Yeah, I got 5 on it. Hey, Nietzsche gifting out 5 gifties. I can never pronounce it. Is it Zidza85? Mrs. Johnny5 is alive. Thank you very much for getting the gifted sub. Gerard, Giamelia, Fondle, and Spidge all getting gifted subs. Thank you very much, Nietzsche. I appreciate that. What a guy.
Spidge.
What a guy. Mr. Spidge. So yeah, S Pigeon, everyone else, if you got gifted subs and if you're in the chat, please do feel free to thank Nietzsche. We appreciate the generosity and we'd like to see people appreciating it. So say thanks. Say thanks.
Legend.
So yeah, if you are with us, I mean, it's not you wearing black. So
I do listen to goth music. Like, I'm not even denying that. I do listen to goth music. I may have used to put black what do you call it?
Eyeliner?
Fingernail polish and stuff like that. I might have had to be walking around, stomping around in Doc Martens and stuff like that, but I'm not a goth anymore, I promise.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. You can be what you want to be. It's fine, babe. It's all right. It's all right, love. It's all right. We got you.
Cheers, mate.
So yes, if you are with us in the stream, it's important that you do get involved because over the next hour or so, we are going to talk video games. We will go through the biggest, the best, the breaking stories from the world of video games. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories. We want to hear your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on your thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how it works. So please do feel free to get involved because not only do we have the live stream, but the live stream gets turned into a podcast. We are live on Twitch, but we get a video on YouTube and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So there is lots of places where people watch and listen to this show on demand, over 105,000, although I keep saying it's probably more like 110, 120,000 now. But we will do the maths on that at some point soon. So do feel free to get involved on behalf of those people that do watch and listen on demand. Let me give you a little bit of a reminder that subscribers get prizes as well. Bacon Chin, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate you. I mean, a different kind of host from the one that you did on Wednesday, but I still appreciate it anyway. 5 more people have just been gifted subs thanks to Nietzsche, and Lotus has got his hat, which is pretty much on brand, back into the ring. We will be giving a prize away on Monday to 1 subscriber. Anyone that is a sub on Monday, we will export the full list of sub names. We will do a roll of the dice, or the wheel, so to speak, and then one person will get picked. Gifted sub. Hey! Oh, there we go. Now that is beautiful. Tito has just gifted Vincent Fallow a sub. For those who don't know Vincent Fallow, you may have seen the ICU infomercial that, did you know there's over 2 billion channels on Twitch? Which ones do you subscribe to? Well, that is Vincent Fallow, the world's greatest voiceover artist. It's like Troy Baker, but without the short-term NFT conspiracy sort of stuff. I mean, I know Troy's got rid of that now, but Vincent didn't even have that, which makes him better than Troy Baker. So yeah, enjoy the gifted sub, Vincent. I appreciate you dropping in as well. Tito, thank you very much for gifting the gift there. Hey,
Legend.
Is this him buying his hat? Is this where it all unravels and
Apparently
it's another fix from us? Oh no! Thank you very much, Tito. And that's a hype train as well. Hey, that might be the first hype train of the year, or did we get one actually the other week? I think we might have done. Oh, was that December? Either way, if it's not the first hype train of the year, it's the first hype train of the month. So thank you very much for starting that. I appreciate you, beautiful people. So yes, we do have the loot drop, ! Loot drop. That will be picked on Monday. 1 prize will be given away at random. Maybe we give away a Blue Ice Cream Uploads hat. Who would be interested in getting a Blue Ice Cream Uploads hat? We only have 5 of these. Only 5 exist in the entire world. Would you be interested in having that? Even if you're not going to wear it, would you be interested? Is that something you'd want? Want the black one? I mean, they're for sale. We've got them anyway. So it's nope. Blue yuck. Okay. I mean, Ads definitely wants one. I mean, yeah.
I mean, Spike's been asking for these hats to be on sale for. But I can't even remember how long.
I think it's 2 years now. I think it's 2 years.
Yeah, and Pirate as well.
Yeah, he's been trying to win one for 2 years. So yes, we will be doing a giveaway on Monday. We are not putting a black hat in the giveaway because that kind of defeats the point. Yeah. But yes, we will. Do you know what? We'll see. We'll think about it. We'll think about it off stream. We'll let you know on Monday.
Maybe you can have a choice. Maybe it might be up to the person, whoever, if they want. Because, I mean, the blue hat, albeit it is obviously now going to be a collector, you will never be able to get a blue SE hat again. Pretty garish colour in it. Like, will a lot of people be able to wear that? I mean, it'll work for me for golf, but
Dodgers fans,
it's quite a garish blue, isn't it?
LA Dodgers, they'll be all over it. They'll be like, yeah, let's go. It's not the same as the black hat, though, is it? But then again, if there's only 5 in the world, then we'll see. Do you know what? When we have 75 million subscribers on Twitch, which we only need like 12 more to get to that, obviously. When we get to 75 million subscribers, it'll be worth a fortune. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
We'll see. We'll sort that anyway. Exclamation mark loot drop if you want the information on what a loot drop is. That will take place on Monday. And also, let me give you guys just a little bit of a reminder that exclamation mark Elgato. We aren't sponsored by Elgato. We aren't partnered by Elgato. But just because I can see it nice and fresh in Bibby's new camera placement, we are both using Wave 3 mics. provided to us by Elgato. They were hashtag gifted to us. So just a shout out to Elgato. We appreciate them and their support of the channel. Thank you very much. Let's go. Elgato. Yes, those. Neil! Hey! And another gift. Anarchy Max, who played with us on the weekend. Enjoy the gifted sub. That's 3 whole months he's been subbed to the channel. And before that, we had... How do I say this? Is it Sidsa? Is it a silent D? Sidsa-ish? If I'm butchering that, I apologise. But thank you very much for 35 bitties. Welcome in. Mrs. Johnny 5 is live. Hey, how we doing? Max is here as well. Thank you, Neil. Hey. Okay, babe.
Yes.
Are you ready to start video games?
Do you know what? I actually am. Like, I have obviously had my son been born over the last 6 weeks or so. I'd kind of taken a little bit of a sidestep away from social media and stuff because I just obviously didn't have time and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff around the video games world that I genuinely, I just don't know. There's people like in the office yesterday, we was talking about things that I just genuinely, everything passed me by. So I've got a lot to talk about. It feels like it's been forever since I've talked about video games.
Yeah, do you know what? I mean, we work in the video games industry, for those that don't know. So we tend to know a lot of the stuff that's happening in the industry around us. But when you do a daily video games news podcast, you are very, very much in the know. This is not us like giving up a big for the podcast because it doesn't need it anyway because it's fucking amazing. It's literally the UK's number 1 video game podcast. I've said that already in the show, but whatever. Max, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, we're level 2 now. Let's go. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Max. See that? Paying it forward gets a gift there. Throws down 100 bits as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we are in touch with a lot of the video games industry news, but when we do a video game podcast, it's amazing how much news goes by, even the tiniest little bits that you don't notice. Doing this, like someone will go, "Oh, did you see that?" I'm like, "Yep, I did actually." And did you know that they actually spent 12 billion, which is actually 3% of the GDP of blah blah blah? It's like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? So yeah, if you wanna be in the know, then just stick around with a scoop each and every single weekday. Like Bibby, he's been missing it. So you guys have got a job now. You've got to fill in the gaps where Bibby would usually throw down with the knowledge bombs.
Absolutely.
Speaking of throwing down with knowledge bombs, let me give you a rundown of the news today. You might have seen it from the tweet that Bibby put out already that Infinity Ward has confirmed, they have been confirmed, should I say, for the 2022 Call of Duty. That I butchered that word, but we'll pretend I said it right. Anyway, 2022, not do, Call of Duty and Warzone experiences. We've spoken about this a couple of weeks ago because obviously Activision are in the process of being purchased by Xbox. There was a conversation around the next 3 titles are still definitely coming to PlayStation at least, and that rumor / educated statement was around the fact that Infinity Ward are going to work on a Warzone game in 2022, not a Warzone, a Modern Warfare game in 2022. Not confirmed, but that's what was going to come. Then we'd get a new Warzone in 2023, plus a Treyarch game, I think it was, in 2023 as well. All of those will be coming to PlayStation. This backs that up, so that will be the first story of the day. We'll jump through that first. We'll then jump into the fact that sticking with Activision Blizzard, a new Warcraft is coming later this year to mobile. Ooh.
Yeah.
Then Gran Turismo 7, it had a new trailer shown off, and it's showing off all of the PS5 features, chill music mode, and more. That was from the State of Play on Wednesday evening when we were live with PUBG. There was a State of Play, so we'll give you the recap of that. A big Halo update has been released. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has reportedly been delayed, and then we'll finish up with Free Game Friday. Yeah. Nice. Big piece of news there. You didn't name your son after me. I'm disappointed, says Ads.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the name that we come up with, Joseph, was just a spur of the moment name. We had 1,000,001 names, and Joseph wasn't one of them. Yet that's what it's called. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, ads was never in the ads.twitch.tv was never in the running. I
mean, I've seen your son. Well, not in real life, only on pictures. It looks like he could be a middle-aged decorator from Doncaster. Graham could 100% fit that kid. Nobody.
Imagine if I'd called my child Graham.
Graham.
there would have been a lot of people going, something not quite right here. Why is he calling it? Why is he naming his son after Graham?
Why not? Why not?
Well, yeah, why not?
Do you know, on that bombshell, let's jump into the news. Okay, first story of the day. Infinity Ward confirmed for the 2022 Call of Duty and Warzone experiences. Jordan Midler at VGC has our first story of the day. Activision Blizzard also confirmed that Call of Duty sales are down year on year. Ooh, so you've heard it here first. Xbox has bought a receding brand. Game over. I'm joking. Not starting the console wars. Calm down. Anyway, Activision has confirmed that Infinity Ward will lead the development of 2022's Call of Duty Premium and Warzone experiences. The announcement was made as part of Activision Blizzard's fourth quarter 2021 financial results on Thursday. Quote, the team is working on the most ambitious plan in franchise history with industry-leading innovation and a broadly appealing franchise setting, the company said. Studio expansion has continued to add development resources worldwide as plans continue for ongoing live operations and new unannounced titles in the Call of Duty universe. Following this, Infinity Ward posted a tweet stating that, quote, a new generation of Call of Duty is coming soon. End quote. What he actually missed out from that quote then is they followed that up with two very significant words for Ice Cream Uploads. I can confirm.
Those words are stay frosty.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice. So a new generation of Call of Duty is coming soon, stay frosty. Activision has also confirmed that premium Call of Duty Vanguard sales declined year over year compared to 2020's Black Ops Cold War, and overall engagement was down in Call of Duty Warzone. Meanwhile, Call of Duty Mobile grew year on year in the fourth quarter, driven by contribution from China, with consumer spending exceeding $1 billion. Or 1/70th of an Activision Blizzard in 2021. We previously reported that a new Warzone map and several classic Modern Warfare, nice, big fan of Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2 maps are in development for 2022's game, as reported by VG. Do you know what? It's fine. We don't really need to go through it. Do you know what? Actually, we'll go through it. As first reported by VGC, Modern Warfare 2's campaign will be centered around the drug war against Colombian cartels. Sources said the single-player story is a, quote, grittier take on Modern Warfare's 2019 campaign, with more close-quarters combat, tricky decision-making, and the classic Call of Duty set-piece moments that fans have come to expect. According to people with the knowledge of the developers' plans, Modern Warfare 2 will release alongside a brand new map for Warzone, the third such all-new arena to be launched for the Battle Royale spin-off. As with Verdansk, which is based on Modern Warfare 2019, the new Modern Warfare 2 Warzone map will be comprised of various classic points of interest we understand. Activision's latest Call of Duty title, Vanguard, reported 36% fewer sales than its predecessor, Black Ops Cold War, in the UK last year. Although the decline will likely be disappointing to publisher Activision, Vanguard was still the second best-selling game in the UK last year, according to GST, behind FIFA 22. In the US, NPD data show that Vanguard was also the second best-selling of the game of the year as of its November release month, but it didn't manage to outsell its predecessor, Black Ops Cold War, as of that period. Nice. So to summarise, Black Ops Cold War smashed it last year. Vanguard, not so much. Still did pretty well. Second in both the UK and America. Actually second to its predecessor in America. But an exciting time ahead. Call of Duty, for most people, in its most recent years, had its peak with Modern Warfare. And that's not just my saying. That is, for me, specifically, but that's not what I'm talking about in this instance. So many people I've spoken to have said, okay, Modern Warfare was the greatest Call of Duty in the most recent ones. Black Ops was okay. Vanguard was it's better than you'd expect, but it's not the subject matter. We're not really bothered by it. So they are going fresh, they are going new, and they are going all in on their most exciting recent Call of Duty. Is that a good sign? What are your expectations for this, Bib?
Joe, Vanguard, I actually thought was a really good game.
I was saying this.
I actually really, yeah, I enjoyed playing it. I mean, I think we streamed it maybe 5 or 6 times with quite lengthy streams in between.
We streamed it on Insert Coin as well.
Yeah, like I genuinely thought it was a very, very good game. Like I'm not a person who plays Call of Duty every single year. I feel like a Call of Duty every single year is a little bit tiresome. I feel like it could easily be something that gets pumped out every 2 years, but it's there. It's a cash cow. Obviously, they're going to release it every single year, but yeah, I'm not too sure with this. With the Warzone stuff, I don't play it enough. Well, I don't play it. That's the be all and end all. I don't play Warzone. It's probably one of the only battle royales that I don't play. What do you think the direction of it needs to be for it? Because it is still hugely popular. Like, it's not as if it's falling off a cliff where they need to try and drum up people's interest again. Like, obviously, we talk about the Fortnite chapters whenever we talk about a battle royale doing a rebranding, because it's going to have a lot of people watching the last live event and then waiting for the new season, the new chapters to begin. Does Call of Duty need this? I mean, the only thing that needs to be addressed from my side with Warzone is all the cheaters. That's all I hear about it. I mean, people still love playing this game. It's more Call of Duty, but I don't know what they need to do to make this game even better, because I feel like it's already a decent enough game. It just needs to have a bit more TLC with trying to get rid of the cheaters. I genuinely don't think it's a bad game. Vanguard's not a bad game. It also doesn't surprise me that the mobile game is going from strength to strength. It's something that I actually had a full-on discussion with a couple of my friends this morning, because you'll see it later on in the news articles about World of Warcraft becoming a mobile game and the direction that could potentially take. But if you take two of the biggest FPS games there has ever been in terms of battle royales, Call of Duty and now PUBG, obviously they've got huge mobile games. It doesn't surprise me that people are invested in it, because you can play that anywhere. It's just a shame that you can't play it with controllers. That would make me play those games a little bit more. But I genuinely have no idea what they could do to try and make this a better game. I'm at a loss, really.
Well, they talk about new Warzone experiences. Air quotes, experiences. I said they talk about it, they mention it, they don't go into any detail of what that is, but there has been rumours. So if we go back through the rumour mill over the last few weeks, the rumour mill was, which is not a rumour anymore, well, not that it ever was a rumour, the big thing happened was Xbox bought Activision, but then the rumour mill said PlayStation will still get the 3 games that we mentioned. An Infinity Ward Modern Warfare game this year, focusing on cartels. A new Warzone experience next year, which then goes to a non-annual release, and the same thing with the main game Call of Duty title. So that was the other big rumour. So we know there's 3 titles coming. We know kind of loosely what they're aiming at. And then it's going to go away from every year. I kind of feel that's what Call of Duty needs, because everything else, if you look at yeah, exactly. Not Activision, Ubisoft had some of their worst Assassin's Creed games when they were spaffing them out of the door every year. They either were not really anything different from the last one, it's just a different skin, buggy as hell, or not really adding anything new. Oh, great, it's the same but different. Whereas when they left it a couple of years and then came back with Valhalla, I mean, Bibby can tell you himself, Valhalla's a
fantastic game.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of churn in there in terms of filling out story. If Ubisoft get rid of the Ubisoft money-making practices, then Valhalla is an exceptional game. Without them getting rid of that, it's a great game with exceptional parts, but also is let down by other bits. The fact that you've just got a churn to get to the end game, unless you want to spend money on not having to play the game that you've just spent money on, which is bizarre, but there we go. That's a different conversation for another time. So Infinity Ward, if they go into that, I mean, obviously we've had conversations from the football spectrum that obviously eFootball is going into that sort of constant release game, a live service sort of game. FIFA, there was conversations about FIFA looking at live service. Maybe for 23, they may even start that. That could be the game that kicks off a live service spectrum and goes free to play from then. It might not. These were conversations going back 12 to 18 months ago now. We've had nothing develop extra on top of that. So we'll see. But I think that's kind of where Warzone needs to go. Call of Duty needs to go. Yes, it's great that you've got 4 studios, Raven, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, all churning out different games, all jumping on to help each other out to make sure that we get a Black Ops, then make sure that we get a Modern Warfare, and then a Vanguard and whatever. Okay, that's great. But every year of just the same, it's the same, but different enough for it to not be a continuation, which I think is the frustrating thing. Because if you think of how good Modern Warfare was, and then they went Black Ops Cold War, which people are like, okay, this is still okay, this is great and stuff, but okay, now you've just shit all over Warzone, because weapons that were full Modern Warfare have now gone back to a bit not quite modern, because it's the 80s Cold War sort of era. So it doesn't quite fit properly, and then it goes back again with Vanguard to like World War II, and it's okay. It's the same stuff, but it's not in the same timelines. You're shitting on any form of continuity, and I think that's where having that biannual sort of release gives them time to, okay, here's Modern Warfare out the door, and here's how year 1 looks, and then year 2 is, okay, here's how we build on Modern Warfare. Meanwhile, Infinity Ward are throwing that out the door. Treyarch are going, okay, well, that's the 2 year of Modern Warfare. We will finish the Modern Warfare story and then start 2 years of Black Ops. I think that's kind of the way. The only downside with that for me is, I said it before, when we get Modern Warfare for 2 years, I'm interested. When we get Black Ops for 2 years, I am significantly less interested. And when we get World War 1 or 2 for 2 years, fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. Nah, it's not for me. Just before we say anything else, is it Rowana Lee? Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you dropping the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Okay, yeah, I cut you off there. Thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about games taking a couple of years off to potentially come back, the biggest proof in the pudding is going to be when the new WWE game comes out. I think this could be one of the biggest redemption arcs we've seen. We obviously always talk about No Man's Sky and then what Cyberpunk could potentially be, but when the new WWE game comes out, you could probably say, right, this could be your blueprint. Don't bring out a game every single year and then see what you get like this. Like, I feel like sports games and FPSs have got so much more in common than we think. Fair enough, they are completely different genres of games, but they are games that nonetheless come out every single year. And sometimes you just think, do you know what? Take a little bit more time and see what you can do with it. Like collision systems and things like that. It takes time to be able to put together. So, yeah, I feel like if you want to try and get the best out of a game, make the campaigns in the game better. In terms of if it's an online game, you want to make it so that there's campaigns for you to be able to go through, like battle passes or whatever. I know if you use the word campaign, you tend to think it's an offline stuff, but having a campaign can, in a marketing world, be something that you try to sell, essentially, and something that you can work towards. So having campaigns in games for something like Call of Duty and things like that, if the game's good, it will sell itself. I still think it's bizarre that Vanguard probably didn't get as much love in as it did. But like you say, you don't like the World War type of games. You want something a bit more modern, and Modern Warfare is synonymous with best FPS games ever. There's a reason why it got rebooted in the first place, because the mid 2000s were a fantastic time for FPS games. So it makes sense to try and get back into that Modern Warfare scenarios and campaigns. So. Yeah,
I think the fact that Call of Duty, we had Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, all with their each tag names. I mean, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Then we didn't get Call of Duty 5 Modern Warfare. Oh, we actually went to a Black Ops then, but we didn't get like. The next one wasn't a number of Modern Warfare. It was Modern Warfare. That's what, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It wasn't Call of Duty 4. It was just Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Okay, this Modern Warfare is big enough to build out the brand on its own. I remember when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, that I got up early on that morning and drove past I think it was Sainsbury's, drove past Sainsbury's on my way to work so I could pick up the game to make sure I had a copy of it for when I got home, so I could play that night with the boys. That era was peak Call of Duty for me. I don't think it ever will get to that level, because the whole world of video games has changed. Call of Duty is essentially it's not exclusively, and different people will say it in different ways, particularly if you're Xbox players or you came from Halo and things like that. But that, for me, and for a large percentage of FPS players in the UK that are in my sort of age range, Call of Duty effectively invented multiplayer. It didn't. Fucking Doom fans will be throwing shit at their screens and stuff right now, going, "What?" but for a lot of people,
Quake says hi.
yeah, exactly. A lot of people, that's where it came from. A lot of people, their first experiences properly were with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Yeah, GoldenEye wasn't online though. I mean, online multiplayer. GoldenEye's still a class game though. Unless you play it now and you realise the maps, it's like being stood in your garden with a couple of walls in it. It's like these maps are so small. I remember them being huge things. But for a lot of people, that was an experience they'd never had before. Like, imagine dropping into your first game, whereas you've just been playing couch co-op, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, what's this Modern Warfare online? Let's have a look. And then you drop into Shipment. it's like, what the fuck is this? And that's what it was for me. I don't know if he's in the chat. Callum, a.k.a. Bearded Edge, real life friend of mine. The first time I played Call of Duty 4 online was on his account. I apologise, Callum. At his house, and he was like, "Have you played it online yet?" I was like, "No, my internet shit, my mum, so I don't really play anything online." He's like, "Okay, well, I've got it set up. Have a go here." Nice. And it was like 3 kills, 21 deaths. It wasn't. The first game was on fucking Shipment. He was like, "That's probably not the greatest map to start on, but see how you get on." three kills, 21 deaths. It was just an attack on the sensors. You spawn, a nade lands on you. Someone comes running around the corner with an M249 fucking juggernaut and like stopping power or whatever. It's like, okay, I just got shit on. But for a lot of people, that's where their console multiplayer online lives began, and then that progressed through obviously the likes of the World at War. I think it was World at War actually, rather than Black Ops. I think Black Ops came after Modern Warfare 2. I could be wrong, but World at War was in that sort of era anyway. Great, exceptional sort of era. But yeah, after that, it kind of dropped off downhill. So Modern Warfare is definitely the brand to help them get some sort of reinvention. And I bet they know that. I bet that's not something they don't know. It's just they're in this cycle where the shares demand that that we have a new game every year. And if you release Call of Duty this year, it's not going to be as strong if you release it the next year. So they essentially stick it in the vault for a year. And I bet that's business rather than the developers. The developers are probably going, yeah, but people like Modern Warfare. They want to be running around in proper ghillies and stuff like that. They've played the AC-130 missions. They like this sort of shit. And then someone from finance is going, yeah, but we need to put that in the vault so we can get exoskeletons doing double jumps and wall running. No, we don't.
Fortnite do it. They bring the unvault stuff and vault stuff all the time because they know when they eventually put it back onto the store, people are going to end up buying it. It's fantastic business. If you've got something that people want, keep hold of it a little bit longer, and eventually people. I mean, you could say the same thing about scalpers. Like, they're keeping hold of stuff because you can't fucking get them, and then they'll charge you £800 for it. But yeah, it's in terms of having things that people want. People will buy it eventually if it comes back on sale again.
Yeah. So yeah, Modern Warfare is definitely a game to help them launch the change of a Call of Duty. Was it a changing of the winds or whatever the phrase is? To make it a bit better. People like it. Change it around. Because at the moment we've had two games that people just haven't resonated as much with. Black Ops Cold War resonates to the Black Ops fans, but a lot of people that played Call of Duty dropped off. Like, it was almost kind of like changing of the guard, I suppose. A lot of people dropped off after Modern Warfare era, and after the Modern Warfare era is where you got the rise of the Black Ops era. And a lot of people will tell you Black Ops 2, fucking exceptional game. I dropped off in Black Ops 2. I owned it, but didn't play much of it. That was my winds have changed. There you go. That was my drop-off game. Whereas a lot of people hyped through the Black Ops era. That was me disconnecting, and then we got to the Advanced Warfares and Infinite Warfares, and that was the Death Knell kind of area for me. So Modern Warfare is definitely the game to launch it for me. Changing the experience to be a biannual or a continual or a live service thing, I think that's what the game needs to progress. In terms of, can I see that appealing to new people? Possibly. The issue I have is a lot of people have the same sort of thing with me. It's Call of Duty though. It's not PUBG. And it's not, and it never will be. But PUBG needs to also reinvent. And by the time this comes out at the end of the year, or by the time we get the new Warzone at the end of next year, PUBG needs to have done something in that time. And if PUBG doesn't, then the free-to-play spike that we have now will obviously have a danger of waning. And if they come in with an exceptional experience that works multi-platform, that allows you to fucking redeem stuff from your store without your game going, oh, error, restart lobby or whatever, and they work it all smoothly, and maybe they get it working with PC and whatever, they do all of that, then every new thing like that does have a danger of picking away the audiences of other games. Do I think Call of Duty can kill PUBG? No, I don't think it can, but I think the same thing, as I say all along, something like a PUBG or something like a Fortnite, what will kill those games is those games. If PUBG or Fortnite release updates that people don't like, or don't release updates, and the game remains something that people don't like, then that's what kills audiences, not reacting to fans. So Call of Duty will always be Call of Duty. Will sales drop off? Possibly. Why are the sales dropping off? Because they've rode the bubble of the BR hype. Okay, everyone's jumping off the hype train now for BR. That ship has sailed. Can they reclaim that? Probably not to the same extent, but they can definitely change it all. If they change the way Call of Duty works, then they can definitely recapture some of the magic. Anyway, let me jump back through the chats because there has been a lot of messages. Choo choo, says Ice Cream, getting the hype high emotes. Thank you very much for the hype train as well. We appreciate that. Everyone that got involved in that. It's okay. Sony bought Destiny, Kappa. No, what was it? I saw someone the other day. Someone was sharing something. It was like, it was, and I think it was. I don't know whether it was someone trying to meme or whether it was someone being serious. And I'm going to assume it was someone being serious, and therefore they are the meme. But it was. PlayStation fanboy going, oh yeah, Xbox have bought Call of Duty, well Sony have just bought Halo, and it's like, you do realise that Bungie don't make Halo anymore. They did, yes, but that was a bajillion years ago. That's not what they've bought. That's not how it works, but okay, yes, great. Fondle, thank you very much for the host. Good morning, how are we doing, sir? Is it still snowing? Does it look like an Arctic expedition outside? Okay, Warzone uploads confirmed. Infinity Ward using the Stay Frosty tagline. We allowed them to. They reached out and we gave them permission this time. The best and last. Actually, I missed one. Their best game was released 15 years ago. COD 4, I agree. Although that said, Modern Warfare Remastered was also really good. The only thing with Modern Warfare Remastered is they hid it behind a paywall until nobody cared about it. So they had such a great opportunity that they shit on. They was like, oh, we've got a really cool thing. Do you want to play it? Yeah, you can. Do you want to play it? Yeah, you can. Do you want to play it? Yeah, you can. And then after everyone, it changed. It was like, do you want to play it? No, I'm not bothered anymore. Oh, you can play it now. No, I've just said I'm not bothered anymore. Oh, so people have got it. I mean, obviously I got it free. So I got it free. I played the shit out of Modern Warfare Remastered because it was COD 4 with obviously horrible loot boxy stuff tagged on, but the full game was underneath it, so it was exceptional. I enjoyed it. HD COD 4, yes please. But yeah, it wasn't enough people playing it. So I agree. COD 4 definitely best. Modern Warfare 2. Depending on what mood, I will say that one takes it as well. But my gut instinct is to say COD 4 because of how groundbreaking it was. Although I did Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, you get it. Warzone could suck a fat one. Straight in. Big Steve Gaming. Nice. Good after morning, dude. New Matt gave it some life again, but from what I'm reading, many play Rebirth more than the BR mode. I think it's the content streams though. Like, you think of what we've been playing. We're in the Instagram age where a lot of new gamers are the people that are on Instagram, where everything's new. And let's say old person words now. They're new, modern, trendy, hip, fashionable, cool, yeah. And it's that sort of stuff. I'm taking a picture of my Starbucks and I'm sat playing my video games, jumping into World War II. Nope, that doesn't compute. I want modern guns. Or, I mean, Black Ops at least threw in John McClane and Rambo and Ghostface and stuff. Okay, that works. We've got some modern tie-ins then. These are still relevant today. But when you've got like 1940s weapons, people not that interested anymore. So I think that's part of the reason why it's waning. So coming back to Modern Warfare, that'll give them a big boost. Maybe if they release an anti-cheat that actually works, it'll probably make it better. Well, to be fair, they released Ricochet, and according to Call of Duty, it works really well. Nice. It doesn't. It doesn't. Wasn't it like hacked within the first morning of it being released or something? Did it get leaked? Is that what it was? It was something like that. Yeah, no. Modern Warfare 2 was the best game they've done. The rest haven't offered any innovation, just rehash things. In the case of Warzone, they start with a good map and gradually trashed it by regressing in terms of the setting. If they'd done it the other way around and started off in World War II and got to modern day, it may have yeah, exactly. That forward progression sort of stuff, seeing it build up. I do like what they tried to do. I feel they were kind of like rock and a hard place. They had to deal the cards they were dealt at the time, which was Modern Warfare, and then they had to try and work off from that starting point, which was difficult. So I do commend them for devolving Verdansk into Black Ops and stuff. That was a good idea. It was a good idea. The creative teams were on point there. It's just they were working with a poorer story to begin with. They were hamstrung up from the off, but did a good job of creating a gap to fill that void. West is lying. He says, lovely to see Bibs back.
Lies.
I hate shipment to start with, then I found the Dragon shotgun and fucking loved it. 30 kills every game. The best one for me, I was sat in the office and I was playing it in the office. We had like a crappy little headset plugged into a PS4 controller. This is Modern Warfare Remastered, by the way. And my boss Lee was walking past and he's like, oh, look at this shithead here, pretending to be good on Call of Duty. And at that moment, the heavens aligned, and I was in like one of those like crates that you pass through on the edge of the map, not one of the ones that people camp in, and I just stuck a claymore at one end, turned around with my fucking, I don't know if it's M249, whatever, I can't remember what I was using at the other end, and I was spraying people and it was like kill, then it was like, oh fucking, what did you get first? UAV, and then it was the airstrike, and then it was the helicopter kind of thing, and then someone comes up and hits my claymore at the other side, so I turned around and dropped my other claymore, turned back and started spraying people, and Lee was stood there, and within 30 seconds I'd got to a 21 kill streak. He was like, fucking hell. I was like, well, there you go, mate. There you go.
If anyone's ever watched Lee play games, he's got room to talk about someone pretending to be fucking good. I'm telling you now.
I think that's why he throws it out, because he knows. I want to bring people down to my level. Amar says, afternoon, lads. Welcome back, Amar. How's it been, dude?
Hello.
Kenobi says, COD 4 Online, the birth of an era. Absolutely. AC-130, Craigasm. I love that mission. That's the thing, though. Like, I think they did so much good stuff. Like, if you think of Call of Duty 4, there are so many big moments. Like, you get the first time in an AC-130 gunship blowing things up in a black and white sort of screen. You've got the this 20,000 people used to live here, now the place is a ghost town. That kind of thing still lives on in your mind. The Gilly in the Mist mission where you're crawling on the floor and you get like, there's one to your left here, move forward, wee laddie here. And that's not what he says. That's not what he says, that one. But it's that sort of stuff, like saying, like telling you where to go, be careful, there's two of them, that kind of thing. Do you take them or do you roll by? These were stuff that you'd never had before. The slow motion, like, stuff towards the end. No spoilers, just in case people still haven't played it or whatever, which is bizarre because it's like 15 years old, but whatever. But they tried to do bits of that and it just was never as effective. And I think that's where like the creativity from changing from Modern Warfare to Black Ops Cold War, you need that level of creativity invested in the story. How can we do like bullet time moments or slow motion key press moments or a quick time sort of stuff like that? How can we do any of that sort of stuff in the game that's better than press F to pay respects? Because that at that point it was like, okay, we need something to interact, but we don't really know what. Press F to pay respects. Nice. So yeah, we need the people that were thinking for the first game to come back in for this, and then the story, great. Get a great story. All right, how can we get that interactive, deep, emotive feel into the BR side of things? And then we go from there. I stopped playing COD after Modern Warfare 3. I played a bit of Modern Warfare 3, but I stopped in that sort of era. Kind of, yeah, it was after Modern Warfare 2, you got one of the Black Opses, and that's where I stopped. So I played a bit of Modern Warfare 3, but not regular. I'm good, thanks, dude. And yes, pretty much a winter wonderland. Nice. Jealous. For those that don't know, is it Lithuania? Is that where it is, Fondle? Or am I making it up? You're probably going to tell me some other European country. Like, actually, no, it's Latvia. I was like, fuck. Okay. COD 4 Modern Warfare was the bee's knees. Ricochet, flying cars. Yeah, Ricochet's great. It's wonderful. It's like Harry Potter. That's all it is. It's the new Harry Potter skins. That's what it is. It's the floating cars. Nice. What was the one where you have to hold the Ferris wheel in Chernobyl? That was awesome too. You had to hold the Ferris wheel. That was COD 4.
That was 2, isn't it?
Oh, was it 2? Is it 2? Where you've got people... Yeah, I get it. I'm thinking you mean hold as in, like, physically, not like hold off the onrushing enemies. I'm like, hold the wheel? What, is it going to fall over? What? But I get it. I understand. Brain's caught up. Nice. I can't remember. It could have been either for me. Good. There is a video game of someone getting caught out with Ricochet. It stopped the left analog stick from working, so he couldn't look around, only move backwards and forwards. Oh, look here! Yeah, Lithuania do. Yeah, COD 4. Is that the end of the, this place, 20,000 people used to live here, now it's a ghost town? Is that the end of that bit? Because that was the Chernobyl bit, wasn't it? I think it was the end. I could be wrong. It's been years since I've played it, so I could be absolutely butchering it in my memories. But yeah, we'll leave it there anyway. Call of Duty 22 and Warzone are going to be done by, I've only just noticed after all this time, that by is in caps for some bizarre reason. By Infinity Ward. So there you go. Infinity Ward obviously make Modern Warfare games. We haven't been told that it will be a Modern Warfare game, but there has been many credible rumours that have been boosted by this announcement, stating that it will be a Modern Warfare game, and it won't be America versus the Middle East. It will be America versus Colombian drug cartels, which is pretty spicy storyline. A step away from where Call of Duty Modern Warfare began, but something new, something for them to get experimental with. So I quite like that. That's where you have to snipe the main Russian guy, right? Is that... I'm trying to remember. Is he in the pool, which is obviously being copied and put into PUBG's school? Mirrored. It's that pool, right? Or I can't remember. I remember there's another bit where you've got to counter for Coriolis effect and shoot the pilot out of a plane and stuff as well. But we'll put a pin in that. For now, though, we'll jump into another story. We'll have to pick up the pace because, as we always do when Bibby's here, just doesn't let us get a word in edgeways, although I've been rabbiting shit for about an hour now, so sorry, babe. Welcome back.
Okay, mate.
Next story. Activision Blizzard says Warcraft is coming to mobile later this year. Matt Wales at Eurogamer has the story, which has a tagline saying, as part of a substantial new content for the Warcraft franchise in 2022. The body says Blizzard Entertainment's long-running Warcraft franchise will be making its way to mobile later this year, according to a new released quarterly earnings report from Activision. As things currently stand, there's not a lot of information to go on, with Activision only saying Blizzard is, quote, planning substantial new content for the Warcraft franchise in 2022, end quote, that will see it deliver, reopen the quote, all new mobile Warcraft content into players' hands for the first time, end quote. The project is highlighted separately from World of Warcraft and Hearthstone, both of which will also be getting new experiences this year, according to Activision. A mobile Warcraft experience would mark Blizzard's first attempt to bring one of its beloved franchises to mobile since the disastrous unveiling of Diablo Immortal. That game, a free-to-play adaptation of the classic action RPG series, was announced at BlizzCon 2018, where it was immediately met with hostility from Blizzard fans. Since then, Diablo Immortal has entered a limited public technical alpha, and early impressions seems to suggest it offers a solidly enjoyable transition to mobile for the long-running series, news that might provide some degree of assurance for fans around similar ventures. It remains to be seen how Warcraft will ultimately manifest as a mobile experience, but the community will be hoping for a considerably better effort than Blizzard's shambolic Warcraft 3 remake. Today's news of a new mobile Warcraft experience follows. Do you know what? We know about the 70 billion acquisition. That's fine. Get out of here. Bib.
Yes.
I waffled for hours talking about Call of Duty. I cannot do that for Warcraft. So you're going to have to fill in the gaps. What are your thoughts on Activision Blizzard saying Warcraft is coming to mobile later in 2022?
Well, arguably, I probably won't be able to either. World of Warcraft is just one of the few MMOs that I haven't really sunk that much time into, despite it probably being the biggest and the grandfather, the big daddy of them all. I spoke to Mike and Willis this morning, who are people who have put stupid. I think they probably said something like 100 days worth they've put into World of Warcraft since 2007, which, if you break it down, is a lot of hours.
It's like 8, that I think, right? 8 or 9 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 or 9 hours. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that was just one raid a day. So it's for those two, they don't really see this as being a good thing because I feel like a World of Warcraft mobile game is just going to be watered down to the point where it's not going to be paid to win, but it's just going to be microtransaction heavy. And I agree with them to that extent. But I also feel like a World of Warcraft mobile gaming is not just people playing Candy Crush nowadays. And that's the thing that a lot of people seem to
Angry
forget
Birds,
about.
obviously.
Like,
Yeah, that's it. Candy Crush and Angry Birds.
Yeah, like mobile gaming just isn't like that anymore. Some of the biggest games in the world are now mobile games. We talk about COD Mobile all the time. We talk about PUBG Mobile all the time. But there's like Clash of Clans, Arena of Valor, Genshin Impact. These are like AAA games.
Arena Free Fire, which is basically just another PUBG.
Yeah, like mobile gaming now is a world away from where it used to be. So, I mean, I don't know how many other Black Desert is probably the one that springs to mind in terms of a mobile MMO, and I feel like Activision Blizzard could do a really good World of Warcraft port to a mobile game. You got things like RuneScape that's available on mobile for people to be able to play, and for all intents and purposes, that is a very good game as well. So I feel like this could be it's an easy way for them to be able to make money because people who are addicted to World of Warcraft, I don't think it's going to be the fact that you can transfer your character over from the PC version over to the mobile game. I think it says in the article something about this being a new experience, so someone will have to start again. But I feel like if people wanted to be able to get their fix of being able to play World of Warcraft, it's similar to how I do with Football Manager. Can't transfer my PC save over to mobile, but have I got a mobile save on the go? Absolutely. People are able to do that, and I feel like it could be a very good game. But what would a World of Warcraft mobile game look like? And I think that's what people like Mike and Willis will be concerned about. Is it just going to be a mobile free-to-play game where you're able to do a certain amount of things, and then you might have to pay £10 a month like you do with the actual World of Warcraft PC game to be able to go on and do other things? Like, I don't know what this could potentially look like, but I feel like things like Genshin Impact and Black Desert would be a very good blueprint for them to be able to go with. I don't know.
Can you see that? So, like you mentioned, and this is going to be separate. To jump into this article, that Bibi mentioned that bit there, it's taken from the project is highlighted separately from World of Warcraft and Hearthstone, both of which will also be getting new experiences this year, according to Activision. So is this going to be that sort of thing? Because it's hard to balance if you've got World of Warcraft, which is huge and has so much legacy. Legacy means baggage, stuff that you have to accommodate. And trying to accommodate all of that on a mobile device, obviously there may be programming magic that will allow developers to go, okay, well, yeah, effectively I'm super simplifying it here. Draw distance. We'll just make it so that we don't have to load all of the expansions at once until you need to. Maybe we could do that on mobile or whatever. But it's easier for them to just do that as a separate thing. Would you see that as being something? I mean, maybe a question more for Neil then, because I know he's in the chat there. He's just said I knew he was a big Warcraft player anyway. I didn't know if he was still here, but he is, which is nice because he jumped into a few raids when we've been playing on Wednesdays. So just sticking around for a few minutes and then jumping off to a raid, and then he disappears off with his sword, his shields, and his chicken, and a big Leroy Jenkins charge, and he's gone into the distance. But he spent 15 years on and off the retails, 2 years solid on Classic at the moment. If you want someone who plays it to chat, I find it hard to believe that World of Warcraft Mobile would be amazing. Games like that now are hard to play / control. Would you be interested then? Or would you be more interested if World of Warcraft comes to mobile as it is, or would you be more interested in World of Warcraft Mobile? And when I say that, I mean like Bibi's example of playing Football Manager and then playing a different portable Football Manager. Cross progression would obviously probably be key, but would that work? Would it be better to have a separate mobile journey? And would you see that appealing? Would that appeal to World of Warcraft fans, or is that just Activision Blizzard going, okay, if this isn't for you, this isn't for you, but you guys are playing on PCs with all of your legacy and expansions? The huge market that plays on mobile isn't that market. So they could be just like, it's not for the existing World of Warcraft fans, it's for the new World of Warcraft fans that play in a different way. So yeah,
I feel like a one-to-one translation, it wouldn't be able to work anyway, because an MMO by definition is a massive multiplayer online game. Like if I was to play ESO on my PC, it's a completely different experience moving it onto console. So I can't imagine how that would even translate into going from PC to console to then mobile. Like there's just not enough buttons and screen retail space for you to be able to have. I keep on looking at the wrong camera. I'm looking at the one that's on top of my PC rather than this one that's over
Every time I move the setup, I end up looking in the wrong place. So many times I've been sat here talking to you guys. How are you? Oh, you're over there. Great, let's go.
Yeah, I feel like there isn't enough retail space on your mobile to be able to have a 1-for-1 experience. So I feel like if there was to have a fantastic MMO experience to begin with, it would have to, as a bare minimum, have controller support. I don't feel like you could have a massive or a close to experience of World of Warcraft without having extra buttons at your disposal. There isn't enough space on your screen to be able to move your character and then go through all your tabs, all your cooldowns, all your buffs. I feel like it can be done. I feel like there's enough games out there for it to be successful and try and have a blueprint that's closer to it. Do I think it'll be a 1-for-1 experience? No. Do I think it'll be even close? No, I don't. I feel like this is definitely an easy way for them to be able to try and capitalize on maybe a space in the market. Mobile games nowadays, again, well, I'll mention it again. They're not what they used to be. They are completely different beasts. There is so many AAA games on there now for you to be able to enjoy. Gaming everywhere is something that all developers want to be able to do. They want to be able to get your attention and be able to play their games anywhere on any device. And I feel like this definitely can be a way for you to be. I don't think World of Warcraft is that intensive. You could probably be able to run it on my work laptop and be able to have no problems in playing it. But on a mobile device, I can't see it being close. I think it could be a decent enough game for you to be able to play and enjoy, but trying to get that ultimate World of Warcraft experience with doing raids and doing PvP and then going out and doing your missions and stuff like that, you want to be able to have your headset on and speak to the people who you're playing with when you're going into raids. Is it going to be as simple as just plugging a pair of earphones or wireless earphones into your mobile and being able to play it? I can't see it being the type of experience you'd want, but maybe something that you may be able to do solo and it might just be a watered down version. I don't know.
No, I agree. I do agree. I think that's the way it's going to be. I mean, the fact that they've said separate, I think that is what it is. They have their WoW audience, and there are issues with that because of that baggage and that legacy. It's hard to take something so old and so developed and redevelop it. It's hard to take older audiences and push them into something new. That's not something bespoke to Warcraft. That's not something that's bespoke to video games. That's just life. Reinvention, transitioning from one thing to another is difficult. So transitioning from one thing to another just within the game itself is hard enough, but doing that to a completely different platform / audience base, it makes sense for them to not do that. So just making the World of Warcraft mobile or Warcraft mobile, whatever you want to call it, I think that's the best way, definitely, for them to do it. So that way, like you say, you've got all these button presses, all these different cooldowns, all of these things that you physically can't do on a screen without being able to see none of the game, because for it to be big enough to be legible and accessible, but not cover the entire screen, you'll have to play it on an iPad Air kind of thing. Like, yeah, got my mobile game. You're playing on a monitor, mate. That's not a mobile. So
do you remember the tablets way back when? It's like a selling point of these cheap laptops that you could get off Amazon, where you could plug a USB cable and have a keyboard running onto your tablet. It used to be like a little wallet, and it'd be like a really shit fold out tablet keyboard that you could have on your tablet. If you could use that, that'd be great. You'd be able to use WASD and be able to use all your hotkeys for all your buffs and stuff. That would be fantastic. But on a mobile device, I can't see it.
Yeah, exactly. Tablet, like Neil says, could be a good tablet MMO. I think, but that's it though. I think they don't want that, because if you've got that, then you might as well look at finding a way to scale down the full PC version. You could probably scale from PC to tablet, but then not from tablet to mobile, whereas you can scale from mobile to tablet, and if needs be, put that onto a PC. So they probably will do the Call of Duty way. Call of Duty is not Call of Duty mobile. It's very similar, but it's not the same thing. PUBG is not PUBG mobile. It's very similar, not the same thing. I imagine this is what they'll go for. Warcraft mobile. they might do things. I think in terms of crossover, cross progression is probably not going to be a thing, but they might have maybe some cosmetics that you can buy in one game and have in the other, if that's a thing in Warcraft. But I think it's probably more likely to be like, do you pay a monthly subscription for Warcraft, right?
Yeah, so you buy the base. You have to buy the base game and then each expansion, which is usually about 30, about between 30 and 40 pounds each, and then you'd have to pay like £10 a month. It might have even gone up now, £10 a month to be able to play online, which is highly annoying.
Yeah, 9.99 Neil says. So let's say they go, okay, well, there's this Game Pass, and we see how that works. Just getting the one all-in deal. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with like fucking Craft Pass or whatever. War Pass, there you go. Subscribe to War Pass and get access to the full expansions and stuff every month on PC and mobile devices for both games. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something along those sort of lines. And that is where you get your crossover. Two separate experiences in a shared world or universe, but not the same game that cross over. There is no cross progression because they're separate sort of things. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in that sort of way. Would you be interested in this then, Neil? That's the key question, because as an active Warcraft player, would you be interested? It's not your main Warcraft game. You've got that. That's locked down. You play that with your mates. You do your raids on your full PC setup. Would you have this as a side gig? Not something that you play every day. Could you see yourself being interested? Or would it just be one of those like, do you know what? It will fill a need. If I'm going on a train or a plane or I'm in a hotel and I've got no, then yeah, maybe for a night when I'm sat there or whatever. But yeah. So it's 30-40 quid for expansion on retail games, but Classic is free, just your sub. $19.99 starter pack, so you get the kitted start character. That's how they'll make the money on a mobile game. I'd play it to see it, but it would be hard to even vision it at the moment. Well, we will find out by the end of the year. It's coming at some point in 2022. We'll pick up... Do you know what? We'll pick up the pace. I'm going to flick through the rest of the stories. I'm probably just going to do headline sort of content. I'll jump through the stories because obviously we've got next week. We've got the full weekend, should I say? So there's probably going to be tons of news. I wouldn't want to roll some of these over to next week because some of them have rolled over since Wednesday as well. So we'll pick up the pace and we'll fly for the next stories. So less chat with the chat. Sorry, guys, but more information from us. So the next story. Is that the next story? Let me see. It is the next story. Nice. Next story. This was on Wednesday evening, 10 p.m. UK time. We had a state of play for Gran Turismo 7, and the Gran Turismo 7's new trailer shows off PS5 features and chill music mode. The game launches for PS5 and PS4 on March the 4th, 2022. So exactly 28 days. Nice. So Sony's... Is it 28 days? Is it? It's not a leap year, is it? I don't know. It's in a month. That's what we'll put it that way. Sony's latest State of Play presentation offered a closer look at the cars, tracks, and game modes that Gran Turismo 7 will deliver when it launches on PS5 and PS4 on March the 4th. Beyond offering a deep car simulator experience with a hefty amount of customization options for each car, there are some new and returning features that should give returning fans, or first-time players, plenty to do. Starting with some key highlights from the show, the game will offer 400 cars on launch day, along with 34 racing locales and 90 track layouts. It'll have two-player split screen, nice. Split screen as well as that, as well, nice, great. Along with online play, and like most PS5 games, Gran Turismo 7 includes a frame rate mode for 60 FPS or a ray tracing mode that caps at 30 FPS. Sony didn't share any technical details about the PS4 version of the game. The game will have other PS5 exclusive capabilities. The DualSense controller's haptics will feel different depending on the surface you're driving on. It's like drawing back a bow on your haptic triggers. Let's go. The haptics will also be impacted by the engine and drivetrain vibrations, along with general resonance of the car body. The controller's adaptive triggers will be utilised to simulate each car's unique brake system, as well as pulsing to simulate anti-lock brake systems. Do you know what? I'm not against the haptic triggers, but I'm also not going to go out to bat for them either. I feel like they're nice. They're not the greatest when you're playing a gun game that, like, say, if you've got a semi-automatic gun and you have to go pat, 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 it can be quite straining on your finger when the triggers are like resisting. I can feel it pulling on my joints after a while. So I'm not. I like the idea, but in a shooter, not so much. This sounds like it could be really cool there. If they're not just making it difficult for the sake of it being difficult, if it's giving you feedback rather than like trying to make things actively more difficult as part of the function. I like that. So different vibrations and stuff that you can feel it, that puts the feeling in your game. I like that level of immersion. So for that, the DualSense stuff is good. I think this will be pretty decent. Okay, anything else? In addition to a campaign, while you're rise to the ranks, you can spend credits. Gran Turismo 7 puts an emphasis on music with the introduction of 2 features, music replays and music, and the mode Music Rally. For music replays, you can save a replay of a race that sets to music with randomized camera locations. The replay cuts and pans to the music that's set as a backing track to make them more exciting to watch. Music Rally is perhaps the most arcadey mode to come to a Gran Turismo yet. The objective of this game mode is to simply enjoy music while driving. Hey! You start the race, and to keep the momentum going, there are checkpoints where you replenish a timer that winds down. Time attack challenges aren't exactly my idea of a relaxing time, but we'll see how this turns out in the final product. I was hoping for more of a flight sim-like drive, free drive that eliminates the heads-up display entirely with some music playing in the background. The State of Play didn't discuss whether GT7 will have realistic damage modeling for cars, a feature that longtime fans have clamoured for, though the game is offering deeper cosmetic customization. ICU skins when? You'll be able to add stickers and decals to cars. Let's go. As well as tweak the racing suit and helmet to your liking. Your creations can be shared with other players via an in-game platform. Given that this was Sony's big presentation on Gran Turismo 7, we may not hear much until the game releases. But since it's in March, not long to wait. Excited for GT5? Indifferent? What do you think, babe? Oh, he's frozen. Oh, no, he's not. He has. No, he hasn't. He has. I don't know. I can't tell. He's stuttering. Bit of both. Are we back?
Oh,
there we go. Let's go.
I don't know. I haven't done anything.
You were just like frozen, and then you moved,
yeah,
and then you frozen.
I can hear you. Perfect.
It was just a picture.
Anyway, back to Gran Turismo.
Thoughts?
I love the look of this. I think it's going to be amazing. In terms of it being a Forza killer, no. I feel like Gran Turismo and Forza are two completely... Well, they are Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport, two completely different games. Then you put them side by side against Gran Turismo, which is the grandfather, the big daddy. I prefer the open world stuff. I do love track racing still, and I do think there is still a massive future for Gran Turismo. For everything that they've shown us looks amazing. Will I play it? Yes, if it's on sale. I don't think I'm willing to pay the 60 quid or whatever it'll be when it comes out. I don't think any racing game for me is probably worth that. I don't think I'm not the super racing car guy. I love to play the like Forza and stuff because I get it free with Game Pass. I said free, shall we say?
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to spend the big bucks to be able to play this day one. It's definitely not one of those games. I'll get it when it's like 15, 20 quid in a couple of years' time. And I'm sure I'll still have a lot of fun with it then. I still remember the old school days of being able to get your license within the games to be able to move on to the next set of races, which I thought was, at the time, revolutionary. It was amazing. Will that get me interest again now? Probably not. But Gran Turismo has always looked great, and I think it will definitely showcase what the PS5 is capable of doing, which will be nice to be able to see. But
I'm looking forward to that. If I'm being honest, I mean, not for me to play it. I don't want to play it. I'm not interested. I've said before, I'm not a racing game person, but I am looking forward to seeing the videos. So you see videos of racing games are really good at pushing the envelope of okay, that's reality, that's simulation. Because you're making real life experiences that we can all feel. Standing on a football pitch and running around with Kylian Mbappe sliding at your feet while you like flick the ball over him and so on, like you might see in a football trailer. Okay, well, I'm not going to feel that, not to that extent with all the lights and the crowds and stuff. I get an idea, but driving around in a car, a lot of us do every day or as passengers, so you can get the kind of feels of that. Maybe not to that sort of level, but you can picture it super realistic. And because you're in a bubble, it's something that is super hyper-sensualized. That sounds super like sexy, but it's not meant to be. In terms of like you can play to people's sound sensors, you can play to the visible sensors, you can feel it now through the controls and stuff. So that I think will be a very, very good opportunity for PlayStation to have a go, because Forza Horizon looks incredible on Xbox. It'll be good to see PlayStation have a go at it. I'm not that interested myself. I like the fact that Timeless has said that it is a day one pre-order for him. He loves Gran Turismo. I was just about to ask the question of, does Gran Turismo have? Is it hamstrung by the lack of Game Pass? Because this could be elitist, and I don't mean it to be. But I've said I'm not interested in racing games, so I could be talking as if racing games are dead. I don't mean that. But I could be talking as if they are because I don't play them. If there is a lot of people that play racing games that would obviously disagree with me, feel free to do so. That's the whole point of the show. But I'm feeling like, for me, racing games had their day 15 to 20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago at the very, very most recent. So having games like Forza and Gran Turismo have been at loggerheads, for me, is good for racing fans, but not good for just general gaming anymore. That said, if that is right, then is Gran Turismo hamstrung by the fact that Forza has Game Pass, so everyone can just opt in? Whereas the people that are the more mainstream non-racing fans but are open to racing games and would like to play it, that's free on Game Pass. I'm going to play that. Does that instantly make Forza a win? Whereas what Bibby's just said, I'd like to play Gran Turismo, but it's 40, 50, 60 quid. If it's not on sale, not interested. And if it is on sale, it's still 25 quid. That's quite a bit of money, that, actually. I'll probably save that.
Well, we've completely forgot about F1 as well. Like, F1 has seen, it feels like in the last 2 years, was it the Netflix stuff that seems to have put F1 back on the map again? Because it felt like I'd gone 20 years without anyone ever mentioning F1. And then the last 2 years, it just seems to have blown up again. The games are doing really well. People are talking about it on my timeline, and I've seen people stream it. Like, it seems to have had a massive boom again, which is great. Like, there's more competition for racing games out there. Obviously, decent ones, a track one, rather than it being an open world one. So there's something going on where the games have either just got stupidly good, or there's a social media influence somewhere in terms of like a Netflix documentary, because I know that was huge as well.
I think for me it's the games not just being good, but they're the game manufacturers, and this is not taken away from F1. I think the fact that F1 has had some interesting seasons is probably a big part of it. But for me, 2 years ago, none of the people that I work with or watch on Twitch were interested in playing F1 games, and then F1 had a big resurgence. I don't know whether that was just down to the quality of the games or down to the quality of the interaction. But not this F1, but the last one. The likes of Bateson, Chesnoid, loads of FIFA content creators that we know personally suddenly went, do you know what, we're going to buy racing rigs so we can play F1 as well in the off seasons of the FIFA like sort of window. FIFA's great until March, April, and then you've got that sort of lull before the next one comes out. So they all started playing F1 in that sort of window. So that brought it to my attention. Plus, obviously, Lotus just there throwing it down your throat. Watch me play it. No, Lotus. And Timeless there going, what's the... just all right, lads, calm down. No, so for me, it was definitely the improvement of the game, but that probably goes hand in hand with, like you say, Netflix stuff, the seasons being better and more interesting. But yeah, out of nowhere, like that. That's the resurgence. Nice. Need for Speed Underground 1 or 2, quality game. Absolutely, yeah. From the window to the wow, the sweat dripped down my ball. Oh, these bitches. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, Burnout was great. It was okay. It's okay. I'm a massive racing game fan and always have been, but yes, I agree. Racing games are more lean towards raving fans. Fucking love them, to the ravers. Shout out to the ravers. I know you meant racing, I know, but I saw an opportunity to make a pun, so I went for it. Nice. The only racing games I will play now are the Mario Kart style games that I can play with my kids. Other than that, I just won't play them. Do you know what? Same, Gazman. Same. I don't play, and it's not that I don't like them. I mean, I'm not the biggest racing fan in general, but I liked racing experiences. But like I say, I've kind of experienced them, and I feel like there's a lot of experiences in video games. That's what video games is for me, is escapism. But driving a car isn't the kind of escapism that I want, so I would do something else. Forza Horizon is much more arcade-based, but it looks fucking good. Bibby is back! Welcome back to the second sexiest ginge on Twitch. Holy moly.
Who's first? 'Cause he's got to be third.
No, I think
If I'm two.
I think you're two, and then Lord Bibbington the Fifth is number one, right? The
Standard.
the Skyrim dude, that guy, yeah.
The sword wielder. Yeah, that's
it. Big Ham, did you get your audio stuff sorted in the end, or did you just kind of like soldier it on for as much as you could do? Much more accessible to a bigger audience. Drive to Survive Netflix has had a massive influence. The F1 games have been getting better and better each season. They were. Codemasters are absolutely smashing it, and then obviously with EA's input as well, that's no doubt probably helped unlock the access to the likes of the Batesons and the Chesnoids, who are game changers and stuff, so that probably has had an influence. F1 games go to Game Pass after a period of time too. Raving fans, shout out to the Ravers. Wow, Kappa. Plow soldiered on, and it started to work as I was finishing. That's always the way. Hey, this is great. You're logging off. Oh shit. Okay, perfect. Start up a stream. All of the issues. Finish your stream. Perfect. No, it all works fine. It's like when you're just about to finish your stream. I'm finishing. I'm gonna wrap it up now. Cheers, boys. And then 200 follower rate and a 200 viewer rate drops on the stream. Fuck's sake. Well, let me just show you to the door. This is where you leave. Great. Nice. Okay. Okay, picking up the pace. We were supposed to be doing that, but then we got held into a conversation. This is still not the longest scoop of the week, mind. We had like an hour and 40 minutes on Wednesday, so this is okay. Tom Ivan at VGC says Halo Infinite's latest update should finally fix big team battle matchmaking issues. A previous attempt to address the problems didn't work as planned, so 343 Industries has released a new Halo Infinite update designed to fix long-running issues with big team battle matchmaking. The studio said the latest update should enable players to find full matches more quickly and consistently. Scorpion tanks and wraiths will also now appear more frequently on big team battle maps, while matchmaking into games, which are nearly complete, should occur less often. The update weighs in approximately 1.1 gig or less on all platforms, and we've republished the full patch notes below. I'll leave it there, though. I will leave it there. We don't have the time to jump into that any further. It's kind of Ron Seal. It says, you get what it is. It says it on the tin. There is a big fix. So if you want to play big team battles in Halo, fill your boots. New patch will make it good. Something else that's a little bit Ron Seal, but probably a little bit more negative, is the fact that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has reportedly been delayed to 2023. Warner Media has quietly delayed Rocksteady's Suicide Squad until next year. It's been reported that Warner Media has quietly delayed Suicide Squad until 2023. According to Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier, Rocksteady's latest project was expected to launch later this year, but has now allegedly been pushed back into next year. You get the idea. Great game. We're all super excited for it. Particularly, baby, look at him. He's got a Batman sign on his wall. You can see it right there. If he's not excited for it, then fuck knows who is. But he's not playing it this year, sadly. Next year. Do you know what? All good things come to those who wait, so it's not the end of the world. That article, by the way, was by Joshua Robertson at The Gamer. But before we go, we do have one more bit of news to jump into. What do we usually finish the week with, babe? I mean, I'm asking, you've not been around for a month. Do you remember?
Yes.
I mean, you pulled the news together. so you probably do.
Free Game Friday.
So yeah, I mean, I spoke over him like 6 times then as he tried to say it, but hashtag Free Game Friday. Cheers, babe. This week's free game on the Epic Games Store has been revealed. So Windbound will replace Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. I just downloaded that, or redeemed that, should I say, Yooka-Laylee, on the Epic Games Store. So if you have Epic Games on your PC, Windbound, you can see the screenshot for it there, will be next week's free game. This week's free game is Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, which is, for all intents and purposes, a great platformer. I'm saying intents and purposes, I believe it is, but I haven't played it myself. I have just redeemed it, so I have the option to do so, and I would recommend anyone with a PC do the same. Why not get yourself a free game, whether you're going to play it now or not? You might play it next week, the week after, a couple of years down the line. Better off to add it to your library whilst it's there. It's free. Fill your boots.
It's free.
It's free. Bibby, when we playing Fortnite together, says Ads, who has been talking a lot of Fortnite this last couple of weeks.
When can I turn my PlayStation on? I just don't have time at this moment in time. Yeah, that's what I'm playing, a lot of Football Manager. And when I say I'm playing a lot, I put it on, I press spacebar, I'll start a game, go and sort my boy out, come back 3 hours later, the match is finished, I'll press spacebar again, move on to next. I just, at this moment in time, well, Joseph is so young, I don't think I'll be playing that many games. But eventually, I will be back playing games. properly.
How dare you have a family? God damn it. God damn it. Yuki is great for kids. The impossible lair is bloody impossible. So there you go. Gazman's played it. It's great. If you like frustration, fill your boots. If you want to be frustrated, do feel free to get involved. Tell you what, if you do want to be frustrated, then drop yourself a follow on this channel on Twitch, because you will be expecting us to go live at 10 a.m, but we go live at 10 a.m-ish. That is it for today's 10 a.m-ish show. It's 1:45 in the afternoon, so it's not too bad for a 10 a.m. show. Nice. We are wrapping it up. This is it for the weekdays. There's no more content in the weekdays this week, but we will be back tomorrow 10 a.m-ish with some PUBG. So if you want to jump in some gameplays, I will be on tomorrow playing some PUBG. Not chasing crates with mates officially, but I will be chasing crates, and mates can jump in. So if you're around tomorrow morning to mid-afternoon-ish and you want to play some games, then do feel free to join me. Just an emphasis on the ish. We do have friends coming around tonight. I am absolutely on the beers tonight, so the ish could be... It's a fluid phrase right now, based on the amount of fluids that I have later on. We will see. We will see. Sunday, Bib. So...
Yes.
We used to put out our schedule, letting people know what the crack was. Obviously, we'll be back into doing that again. The schedule did have you down for playing Sundays. Is this weekend within the schedule? Is it... What's it looking like?
It's on the table. It's on the table. It depends, obviously, how this weekend goes in terms of the bar, because he just doesn't have a sleeping pattern at this moment in time. But it's on the table. It's there. I am happy. I am ready.
Well, Joseph's on the table
to be able to do it. Yes. Well, you never know. He might make an appearance. Might just wheel his cot in here, and then I can just go, "Oh, that's nice, isn't it?"
Yeah, you had Coco
Play
Cam.
games.
We'll get Joseph Cam.
Yeah, I just stick him underneath over there. Yeah, it'll be great. It's definitely on the table. I'm up for it. It's just child dependent at this moment in time.
Nice. So there you go. 5 streams. We're back to normal next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 a.m-ish. We will be having the Wednesday and the Saturday content. Sunday, we will see. Starting this week anyway, at least. We'll give you an update. We'll give you a proper schedule next week so you know what you can expect. But for this week, we didn't even expect to have Baby back today, but he's back, so we're already one up, which is nice. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We are going to disappear, though. Don't go anywhere. We're going to drop a raid on one of our friends. The more people that move along into a raid for someone else, the better it is for them having it in. Not only do we get to make their day, though, you get sprinkles, which are our channel points for getting involved in the raid. So do feel free to stick around as we drop a raid on someone. I'm talking to you, Doctor, who's just dropped in on us. He. Neil says bladdered, so on by noon. Something like that. Before we do disappear, Mr. Bib, do you remember this? Is there anything you'd like to add?
I really should have watched the last bit of an episode that was on 7 weeks ago. Thank you very much for watching. If you do have any video game news knocking around the social media platform of I'm literally blue screening it. I'm just trying to the cogs are moving.
It feels like when you like you go to see like your nephew or whatever doing a playing at school. Thank you for being here. We have enjoyed having you in our school. We will see you next time.
Yeah. If I can't remember it, I'll just make this up. I'll go on a whim. If you do see any video game news knocking around the social media platform of your choice, there is 2 ways you can get in contact with us. First of all, find us on social media. It's at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or get involved with our Discord. All we need from you is URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next episode of The Scoop, which will be at what time on Monday, Mr. Graham Day?
Well, that, my friend, will be at 10 a.m. Ish. As I've just written in the chat, sorry Tito, because he was trying to drop in the socials, but I hadn't connected the chatbot. So throughout the entire show, we've had no chatbot. Let's go!
Yay!
You will be delighted to know at the end of the show, Tito, it is now connected. So there you go. Feel free to type !! Discord if you want. You don't have to, because we are done for the day. Stick around though. We are going to drop a raid on one of our friends though. Stick around for it. Do it. Until then, Babe, for the first time in a month, is there anything you'd like to finish the show with?
Yes! Stay frosty!